on Periscope again. Feeling a bit croaky today, just getting over this head cold, but I want to get on Periscope today, at least do my daily Periscope broadcast. So thanks for coming in, welcome, thanks for joining me. If you're here the first time, thank you for being here. Evie, nice to have you here, nice to see a regular face in here. Anybody's here the first time, please make sure you do share this on Periscope and on Twitter, and if you're not following me already, please do so, because I do a daily Periscope broadcast about love and romance, and I hope I'm speaking clear enough. My head's a bit plugged up from this head cold. Let me slow down and speak slower, because I was kind of hasty, concerned about not coughing and choking in the middle of my Periscope. So this is this is my daily Love Scope broadcast. I'm not sure how I sound because my voice is a bit croaky from coughing a lot this morning. So as long as you can hear me, good. If you can't, let me know, and I'll attempt to be clearer. Just trying to get my scopes out clear. So thanks for joining me. This is my daily Love Scope, and I do these pretty much every day, hence the way it's daily Love Scope, about love and relationships. I am #1 best-selling author. 50 Ways to Love Your Lover is my book. You can find this on my website. Give you the quick plug at barryselby.com/book. It's an ebook form, physical book, and Kindle. All versions are available. Today's scope is, let's just say it's going to be a little bit, well, maybe enlightening, but certainly can be upsetting to some people too. So if you're on here, thanks for being here. Exactly. Yes. Well, this is from a conversation last night. So we're starting this off, new hashtag for the Perry dudes. We're gonna do bro scopes. So, but this one actually is for everybody. But yesterday's should have been a bro scope, because yesterday's scope is my Man Up Monday, and tomorrow's Woman Up Wednesday. So it'll be like a, I don't know what sort of scope that would be. Different one. Thank you, Evie, for inviting your followers. Yeah, bro scope's going to be the new hashtag, we think, for the Perry dudes. We'll see. I'm exploring it, and I thought today I'll just do it anyway. So today is this piece of context came out of a conversation with a client, because what I wanted to share with you, because if you've got relationships in your life where this happens, this might explain why it's happening. So hopefully this will be useful to you. That's why I want to speak about it, and interact with you, any questions about it. So to make it succinct and clear, above here for the first time, please let me know by putting a 1 in the comments, and please make sure you follow me as well. And again, if you haven't yet done so, please share with your followers and friends on Periscope and Twitter, and Facebook, why not? So let me lay the groundwork first. Nice to have you here. Thank you, Katie, for being here. I appreciate it, and welcome. My name is Barry Selby, by the way. I'm known as the Love Doctor to my friends and my clients. I'm a relationship expert, coach, guide, and passionate supporter of healthy relationships. I have the #1 best-selling book called 50 Ways to Love Your Lover, which I already showed. I showed it again at the end. You can find out about me on my site, which is barryselby.com. That's the marketing. Back onto the topic. So, what I was talking to a client about recently, which is, last night, was this experience of when you are talking to your lover, your partner, and either something you say triggers them big time, or something they say triggers you big time. Now, I'm not going to give you all the reasons why that happens, but I'm going to give you one specific one that is a pivotal piece that people forget about. And I talked about this in my scopes before, about the steamer trunk of baggage that we bring into relationships. But I want to speak to is the fact that we are unaware that what we bring into our relationship is everything that came before. You know, we go looking for new love and a new partner, and it's all wonderful and great. And thanks for all the hearts, by the way. I love the hearts. But this thing we don't realize is we're bringing a lot of stuff from the past with us. Now, in this particular conversation, in this particular context, I want to explain to you is that we have this unconscious programming. I'm not going to get into the details now. I've explained it before, and I'll do another one of these in the future about how we take on beliefs and rules about love and relationships that we run automatically without realizing it. Sounds dangerous, doesn't it? Through our lives. What includes with that is things that are triggering to us. So, in the context of this scope, those people who trigger you and you get really upset with, you may notice that your upset is out of proportion to what they said or did. But somehow we become reactive to that. and I'm going to use this context. It works both ways on both sides, obviously, but I'm speaking to you as a person who may have been upset by this, because this is what I've had to experience and watch with my clients too. What's happening is that person has said something that basically opens up a can of worms. Oh, lovely, that sounds great, doesn't it? What I mean literally is they've basically hit that sore spot in you that hasn't been healed yet, because it may be something new that they've done or said to you, but there's an echo of memories tied to it that goes way back in time in your life, in past relationships, family dynamics, and things that basically you hadn't healed yet. So it's kind of having this hidden secret open wound that they just unfortunately or unconsciously, in fact it is an actual automatic process, because as I said before, we attract relationship partners that will reciprocate our history. That's a whole other conversation. Won't deal with it here, but it's in my archives on Catch, and I'll talk about it again if you need that information. Hi, nice to have you here, Connie. Thank you. Right, I'll cover that briefly in a moment. Let me finish this thought up first. So, someone says something to you that really digs in deep and hits you. Yeah, this is not something pretty and fun, but it can really change your life in a good way. So bear with me. I'm planning to give you some keys and guidance so you do walk away from this with some benefits, not going, oh crap, that sounds horrible. You know? Nice to see aloha. Oh, aloha. Hey. Hey, Greg, sorry. That was a long aloha you put up there. I'm trying out the Broscope handle, by the way. That was the hashtag I put in there. So, let me get back to the context. That's an interesting handle I just saw go by there. I love it. So, let me rewind a bit for those who are just joining me. And if you're with me already, please bear with me as I recap this brief piece. You're in a relationship with somebody, and it could be a business relationship even, but it's usually in the intimate ones because they're getting closer. In that connection, it's quite likely they would say something, they've said something to you that basically just hit you hard, deep inside, and you're going, how the hell did that happen? What has happened is that they've accessed a part of you haven't healed yet, because that wound that they've touched on is something from your past. And those wounds tend to get buried rather than healed in most people's lives because we don't have skills to work with it, or training, or desire to heal those wounds. Which one's like, that was their fault, not mine. I'm just going to move on to the next person. Mistake. Because if you have had that experience and you're just going to say, I'm going to cover it up and move on to the next person, guaranteed that next person's going to bring it into your life again, because it's your life that you're dealing with. Simple as that. Hi, sorry, I didn't see the handle there because I didn't have my glasses on. Vasilia, nice to have you here. You'll be a non-stop cycle. Well, the thing is, I did repeat some of these cycles in my own life, so I'm speaking from experience as well as what I've learned and studied and helped my clients with. So this is a big piece of the puzzle for a lot of people. Well, the thing is, Jeannie, yes, Connie, only some people can hit that spot. Well, the thing is, the people who hit that spot are the ones that you've attracted. And, okay, now I'll give the piece that was asked for earlier. And I've talked about this before, and I'll say it again, and I'm finding ways of saying it differently so it lands. We have an amazing, you is very cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. As kids, from when we're born to about the age of 7, we are absolute sponges for the world around us. Everything that happens, we take in as a sponge. No filter, no gatekeeper, no discernment. Everything happens around us, we take in automatically. So from the age of 0, when we're born, to about the age of 7, whatever happens around in our lives, from our parents and the adults around us, to siblings, to everything around us, we look at as being the truth of how life is. So everything about relationships, money, health, religion, trust, all these different things about life, we take in based upon the society's, or I should say the environment we're in, modeling into our subconscious automatically. Subconscious is the key. Around the age of 7 years old, because let me say this, the frontal cortex is your conscious mind, and that's really only about 5% of your consciousness. The midbrain is most of your subconscious, and that's most of your programming. And so again, 0 to 7 years old, the midbrain is where all that stuff goes in. And then around the age of 7, the frontal cortex comes online, and it's like a gatekeeper comes down and gives you this ability to filter and discern what you want to take in. However, for 7 years before that, everything got inside, and it's still in there. So though you have discernment and choice about what you believe going forward, what happened before is already in. Now, fast forward to your relationships, your marriages, your adult relationships. What you will discover if you take this apart, which I've learned myself. Hi, Mikey, nice to have you here. What you'll discover is that if you look back, you'll see this thread of repeated experiences going back to the past. Because we will, as a conscious, apparently, being, attract into our lives and our relationships people that will mirror back to us what we learned as a kid. So, if in your family dynamic growing up, you were around parents who abandoned you because they were always working or something, or if there was abuse in your family, it's quite likely that you'll repeat that cycle as an adult with your partner, because it's what you discern as the attachment to love that you were raised with. Now, this is not simple stuff, but I want to make this point clear, going back to the thread of this whole Periscope broadcast. So that person who gets really upset, or I should say, if you get really upset by something somebody else says, the reason is that thread ties back to something that happened in your childhood as a belief structure, a rule, or a requirement for a relationship that you didn't know you had. This is not pretty stuff, I know. And I appreciate the fact you're still here and the fact you have hearts, because a lot of people would go, I don't want to deal with this, and they want to run away. But if you really are somebody who cares about your heart, who cares about your life, and who cares about attracting a healthy relationship, this is a piece that you must understand and ideally must work through. Because if you do, you'll break the cycle once to friend. Yeah, you want to heal, exactly. You want to break that cycle once and for all, because when you do break it, you can change your history. Because what happens is that programming from age 0 to 7, the subconscious, when it's no longer subconscious and you make it conscious and you reframe it and you change it, it no longer impacts your choices. Because what your dating life has probably looked like over your history, if you look back with clear eyes, is you'll see that you've probably had the repeated cycles again and again in past relationships that match something from your subconscious programming. Now, that's not obvious to most people. It wasn't obvious to me, but we learn as we go through. And I know I'm just dumped a bunch of stuff in your lap that may be a bit like, whoa, what was all that about? So if you've got questions, please ask them in here, because you're welcome, thank you. Basically, this is something that I am passionate about with my clients, helping them, because I've been through this and I've studied this stuff for many years, and it's talking about it in my work. So thank you. I appreciate you liking this. But this is such a powerful piece, but we forget about it. Yes, humans are growing up and we are making change. Yes, exactly. You attract arrogant men, do not like those types. Well, I would suggest that it's something from your childhood, with the adult males around you in your life, whether it's your dad, grandparents, uncles, brothers, if they're older than you, that sort of thing, that you would accrue. What happens is you most likely tied your experience of loving with that type of behavior. Most you don't want it consciously up here, subconsciously, it runs all to go. Okay, so here's the thing, Connie. In this example, as human beings, as I said, we have consciousness and subconscious, the prefrontal cortex and the midbrain. The conscious, does fighting your parents in front of kid affect him? Most likely, yes. Because the problem is, the kid will look at that relationship, which is a loving relationship, with fighting and put them together, because that's the model he's been shown. And sorry, adding one more piece, because I'm trying to do 2 threads at once, which is so much fun. Conscious mind and subconscious mind make up your consciousness. Again, prefrontal midbrain. The subconscious mind is about 95% of our volition, our impetus. 5% is our conscious mind. Now that conscious mind is our gatekeeper. That's where the free will is. That's where you put out your intentions and your vision. However, that's 5% of your energy going in that direction. 95% of yourself, which is subconscious, is focusing on the learned behaviors and imprinted beliefs from when you were a kid. And you wonder why your relationships repeat the same thing again and again? That's why, because the most of your energy is going towards the past, not the future. And that's why it's important. Yes, it's important if you want to change your direction of relationship, because some people are born with amazing love lives because their parents laid a great example. But honestly, that's a rarity, or it was a rarity. But going forward, if you want to change that, it's time to get some work done. You can work with a therapist. I personally do a bridge of that because I've got a background in psychology, but I'm not a therapist. I have a lot of background also in masculine and feminine pieces, and also with reprogramming how you live your life. So if that's something you wanted to find out more about, you can reach out to me, check out my site and everything else. But I just want to say clearly that first become aware of it, because the first step of this is being aware. When you become clear about this, it can start changing. It's the subconscious. When it's not aware, you're automatically doing it where you don't even know you're doing it. So of course it won't change. So focusing on what you do want and getting clear about what's been happening is the first step to healing and transformation. So, hey Jessica, nice to see you. It's an interesting script today. I'm getting to the end of this, I think, unless a lot more questions show up. So you may want to watch the replay. But this is deeper than I thought it was going to go. But I appreciate the questions and the thoughts along the way. Any questions, by the way? Because I've been throwing a lot of stuff at you, and you may have been going, "Whoa, what was all that?" So if you have any questions, please post them, type them in, so I can make sure I answer anything you have questions about. This is the big stuff. You know, I don't play. From Winnipeg. Ooh, how's the weather up there? I'm guessing it's a bit, what's we're looking for? A bit cooler it is here. I mean, I'm in LA right now, which is nothing like that weather, I'm sure. So yes, that's really the focus. Yeah, very cold, I'm sure. Seems like you, what are you saying there? Seems like you attract the same people, but how to attract better people. That's the reprogramming. That's the changing of belief. You've been carrying, I believe, a rule book inside, again, in the subconscious, of how life should be based upon your childhood. So whatever your early childhood beliefs about love and relationships were imprinted by your parents and the adults around you is what the programming is you'll choose from. Happens to all of us. Me too. My early dating life absolutely reflected what I was raised with. Thankfully, it wasn't a painful one, but it wasn't a functional one. Excuse me a second. The end of this head cold is going away very soon, I trust. So it's doing the work, you know. It's having the, turn it down just a little bit. That's really the focus of my work, is helping my clients heal and attract what they really want. Because it's easy to say, well, can be a dating coach and I'll help you get what you really want. And I've got some vision programs that help you attract what you really want in a relationship. However, without doing the history, it's like trying to drive the car one direction when your 5-year-old's got the steering wheel and driving you a different direction. Seems like you have a neon sign on your forehead. Yeah, that's the thing about this stuff. It's amazing, Michelle, to see people. I can say this. Let me answer Michelle's point with this example. If you were somebody who spent your childhood years watching your parent relationship be abusive, right? You're subconsciously, even if you're going on an online dating site or a smartphone app, you're on Tinder or a Match, and you're looking at different dating options out there, and you meet somebody on there and you go, well, they're cute. It doesn't matter how separate from your structure. How can I say this? Let me go back and explain it the other way. You meet somebody online, or you meet someone on a smartphone app. You go out with them, you fall in love with them, and you get in a relationship with them, and then the pattern shows up again. How the hell does that happen? How it happens is, to be succinct, even though your conscious mind is looking through a bunch of profiles and men out there, and it's true for men looking for women too. We do it both ways. It's not just women having this. Men and women both have this. Finding something attracted to, what's happening is your subconscious programming down here is attracting their subconscious programming inside. And even though your conscious mind is going, they're cute, they're attractive, it won't be a match unless both the subconscious programmings also match. It's almost like a double combination lock. You know, a conscious mind being attracted to somebody who looks good, they have the right details on their profile, and it's really good, but your subconscious mind or programming is going, I need someone who's going to abuse me, or neglect me, or smother me, if that's what it is. And the other person will be looking for someone to do that too, because that's the programming they have. Again, not conscious. You're not going out there and saying, I have these issues to work through, can you work with them for me? And they're going to go, yeah, sure. That's not going to happen. It's the subconscious programming. It's automatic inside, and it's very elegantly functional, as bad as it sounds. The awareness of that is the first step. You keep the women you date at a distance, so I won't miss them, and then I will still miss them. Yeah, that's programming. That's a pattern from when you were younger, probably with your mother, I would suggest. I'm not going to presume anything right now, or with somebody like your grandmother or somebody you felt close to as a woman in your life, that was, you were missed. It's overt and obvious when you step back and look. Most of us don't. I never did until I started becoming clear that I was doing the same thing so many times I couldn't do it anymore. And that's one of the signs, by the way. If you notice that that's happening, because I did 3 relationships in a row where the same pattern happened, and that started me on this path to my teaching, and what I've learned over the last 9 years has changed my life. Fixable? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely fixable. Do not ever think it's not fixable. So I'll say it to all of you who are watching this, Richard, and for all the women and the men watching this is fixable, yes. Yeah, it's because consciousness is malleable. Some consciousness is harder to move because we're not aware of it. Conscious mind is much more malleable because it's more present, more flexible, more malleable, as said. Even in old age, absolutely. Yeah. Because our conscious mind is in the brain, and until we're dead, we can change. That's the truth. Yes. You just give up looking. No, do not give up. You can have what you want. Exam result waiting is being negatively exited. Sorry, I didn't read that. Can you say that again? I missed that comment. Sorry, I was trying to read it as it went up and it moved. So any other questions or thoughts or concerns before I wrap up? Because I think I've given you plenty of grist for the mill, some stuff to chew on. Anything? I know comments take a while. People joining in now. Okay. Equestrian, thanks for being here. You're welcome. I mean, this is Michelle. This is one of the more unpleasant but necessary parts of my work, because I want to help my clients attract what they want, and sometimes you've got to get rid of the stuff that doesn't work to make room for what does work. And so in my work, in my book, and in my coaching, that's what I do. You're welcome. Just a quick plug again. This is my book, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. It's an Amazon bestseller. It's available in physical form, Kindle and ebook on my website. You can get it in ebook straight away as a digital download, or you can get it as a physical book from Amazon. That's the link to get it. And if you go to my site, barryselby.com, all my stuff is there, including coaching, online programs, and of course, I do have everything on Catch. So catch.me/barryselby is where all my archives are. I have a bunch of stuff out there. Is it true that you attract what you are? For example, does controlling attract to controlling? No, actually not. It's the other way around. You don't attract what you are, you attract what you're programmed for. If you are